welcome everybody. This is Talk Wrestling in High Definition, and it is another mailbag episode because I love answering y'all's questions, you guys. I will be the first to admit, I crapped on you guys a lot when we first started the show for the nonsensical questions. But lately here, you guys have come up with some good ones. So, I will be more than happy to answer them. I've been getting requests to link in the shows. Can't do that. These are big-ass files we're dealing with. But I can't answer the mailbag questions because that I will be glad to do. Taker980, hey Jeff, I noticed there have been a lot of big pushes for guys that barely start off in WWE, example Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus. In your opinion, do you think it is right or should they slowly work their way up like the majority of the top contenders? Taker, I think your mindset is dated a minute. Back in the day before there was an OVW or an FCW or a, Cincinnati promotion that escapes me right now. The Haas has worked it. Fuck. Whatever. The guys would come off the indie circuit or off the territories and just go straight to WWE and have to work their way up. Now with the developmental system in place the way it is, WWE is getting a good, long look at these guys in Florida and in the other shows that they run, and seeing whether these guys are getting over with the WWE crowd. And if they're getting over enough, they don't have to worry about jobbing them out and working their way up the ladder. Alberto Del Rio, okay? This guy is a legend in Mexico. Dos Caras Jr. was a legend in Mexico. He could have come in there in the mask and been in the main event first night out. The fact that he was willing to ditch the mask, go to Florida, do the thing there, and still work his way to the main event from the ground up is very admirable. And you know what? I didn't like him the first time I saw the vignettes, but when he came out there, yeah, that match with Mysterio sucked the first night out, but you know what? He has earned my respect since then. And granted, my respect means dick. I'm just Jeff Meacham on YouTube, okay? But Alberto has worked his ass off to be where he is. He's gotten the crowd to incite and riot every time he comes out with just a simple, but you already knew that. He gets the crowd ravenous because he's such an aristocratic, arrogant motherfucker that people just want to see him die. Sheamus is another guy who worked in developmental. Sheamus's big knock is the fact that he's Triple H's workout buddy, so everybody thinks that he's getting the Rob off Hunter. Dude, Sheamus is a beast. Sheamus is a big dude with a chip on his shoulder because he's pastier than me. He's more ginger than me. Okay, he's got a look like he does in a tan man's world, and he pulls it off. Okay, Sheamus did not need to sit down there as low as he was for any length of time. Sheamus went to ECW, decimated, and went to Raw and owned Cena. The fact that they fed him Cena on a platter in a tables match shows how much faith they have in Sheamus. He beat John Cena for the WWE Championship. Who does that today? Besides like Batista or Triple H or whatever. Sheamus beat Cena for the championship. Alberto Del Rio is in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship at all times. These guys are, another guy that comes to mind is John Morrison. John Morrison was a product of Tough Enough, John Heinegan. He worked his way through Tough Enough. Granted, Tough Enough wasn't a work your way through, but then he went to developmental and worked for an additional couple years, teamed up with Mercury, formed M&M, and then his first night in, he was tag team champion, and he busted his freaking ass to get up there. But he was pushed from the get-go. The difference is, he's been pushed and he's earned his push upward. That's why people don't crap on him, but they crap on Alberto and Sheamus, because it's different. But all three of these guys have busted their frickin' humps, and they've earned their spot. Let's see. Do you think WWE is getting, this is from Truth XMI, do you think WWE is giving Ted DiBiase the same losing streak storyline that they gave Shelton Benjamin and MVP? And do you think he'll end up staying as a heel or becoming a babyface? I don't know where you guys see all these similarities between storylines. It's just, I honestly don't think there's that much thought put into that. I don't think that WWE thinks enough outside the box where, well, let's see, we gave Shelton a losing streak and he came back smelling like roses. They gave him MVP and he came out. Let's give one to Ted DiBiase. DiBiase's on a losing streak because of the thing with Maurice. He's trying to impress Maurice and he's failing miserably. And Maurice is feeling compelled to make out with Yoshitatsu on the Kiss Cam. That was a while ago, but I'm just pointing an example. It's not the same thing. DiBiase is talented enough where when he gets back on track, he'll wow everybody again. But the cool thing is, he's realizing that he didn't need the $1 million belt. The problem is, he challenged Daniel Bryan for the Bryan Danielson. That's his slave name. I'm not using that name on this show. Bryan Danielson for the United States Championship and lost. And he hasn't done shit since. What they should have done right away is have Ted DiBiase earn his stripes and beat Bryan for the U.S. Championship and be a solid secondary champion. And they blew it. Apparently I rambled on because I only have time for 2 questions today because I rambled on to the first question. So sorry to this other person. I will get to your question another day. So thank you all for watching Talk Wrestling. We will see you next time.